Minecarts serve as rideable transport vehicles for navigating your base's points of interest. Through the integration of redstone, minecarts can be automated, presenting both challenges and convenience in your daily Minecraft activities. Today's episode will introduce you into the workings of minecarts and their interactions with various game mechanics. Crafted from 5 iron ingots, a minecart can only be placed on a rail. If pushed off an open end of a track, it can be derailed and subsequently re-railed by pushing it back onto the track. Left-clicking retrieves a minecart as an item, and they are destroyed upon contact with cactus or when hit by an arrow. To ride a minecart, right-click on it, and to dismount, press Shift. Empty minecarts can capture mobs upon contact with their hitbox, although this requires intentional effort, as mobs generally avoid walking on rails. Minecarts are moved using gravity, player movement, or redstone-powered rails. On regular rails, you can move a minecart forward by pressing W while riding it, but this is slow and ineffective on slopes. On a downward slope, minecarts on regular rails can travel down by gravity. Empty minecarts moving along tracks lose momentum faster than occupied ones. There are 4 other types of minecarts. The first is a minecart with a chest, offering 27 slots of inventory space. The second is a TNT minecart. These explosive minecarts can be triggered by any of the following conditions: passing over a powered activator rail, being hit by flaming arrow or fire charge, turning over a curve too fast with solid blocks beside the track, falling more than 3 blocks, hitting fire or lava, and being hit by other explosions. Interestingly, when TNT minecarts are primed using activator rails, it does not destroy its rails and the blocks the rail is on. Third minecart type is hopper minecart. Like regular hoppers, these can collect items on the ground. The difference is that hopper minecarts pick up items faster, and they can pick up items above a full solid block. That's beside the obvious fact that hopper minecarts are mobile. Regular hoppers can only pick up items directly above it, or on non-full blocks like slabs, trapdoors, carpets, mud blocks, farmland, and path blocks. We shall learn more about this useful redstone component in a separate guide. The last minecart variant is the minecart with furnace. When placed down behind a series of any minecart type, it can push other minecarts once fed a piece of valid fuel item. Face the direction you intend to push the minecarts, right-click with a piece of coal or charcoal, and the minecart with a furnace will push the other carts for 3 minutes over a distance of 720 blocks. At any time, you can add fuel to this minecart furnace by right-clicking a valid fuel item. This will simply add running time to the furnace. The maximum amount of fuel you can add is 9 pieces, which is about 27 minutes of runtime. Minecarts with furnace have a train mechanic wherein they can pull up to 4 other minecarts. It's a bit tricky to use as the connections are fragile, and I'm leaving this feature for you to discover. Before going any further, we have to discuss the use and basic behavior of regular rails. When placed down, they orient in the direction the player is facing. Adding more rails at the end of an existing track continues the track in the same direction, even if the player is facing another direction. If you want the track to turn, place a rail facing the intended turn adjacent to the last rail, then add a regular rail between them to make a curved rail. Rails can also go up and down solid blocks. Simply add rails on top of solid blocks and the rail will automatically make a ramp going up or down. 2 things to remember about inclines and rails. First, rails can only go up 1 block at a time. Second rails cannot make a turn and a slope at the same time. It's either a turn or a slope, never both on the same block of space. To make this work, we can move the rails one block backwards to allow the rails to configure a slope. T-junctions. When minecarts encounter such, they can travel in this direction over the curve and continue in the same direction. But when coming back, they will follow the curve and turn. There are 3 other rail types used with minecarts, the most useful of which is the powered rail. Minecarts traveling over regular rails do not travel fast nor reach great distances without being boosted by powered rails. These rails are placed in between regular rails to propel and add momentum to moving carts. When placed down, powered rails are in the off state and act as brakes, stopping any minecart that travels over. To turn them on, powered rails need redstone power source, typically from a redstone torch, a switch, or a redstone block. Minecarts traveling over powered rails in the on state will get a speed boost and continue moving forward until they lose momentum. Powered rails follow the direction of the rails they are connected with. They can go up and down to form slopes, but do not make curved variants for turns. Curved rails is exclusive to regular rails. Powered rails receiving power from a redstone source can power adjacent powered rails and further increase the velocity of traveling minecarts. I'd really love to go into the nitty-gritty mechanics of powered rails, but this is a basic tutorial series, so I'll just go ahead and give you the numbers. For flat railroads, meaning tracks without slopes, 1 powered rail every 18 to 20 regular rails will keep an occupied minecart rolling at a relatively constant pace. At 25 to 30 regular rails between powered rails, your minecart will be noticeably slower. Going up slopes, place a powered rail at the start of the slope and 1 powered rail for every 3 regular rails until the top. The alternative is 2 powered rails with every 5 regular rails. Remember to turn on the powered rails with a switch, a redstone torch, or a block of redstone. We'll learn about redstone components better in a future guide. If you plan to run empty minecarts on your tracks, you have to add powered rails much closer to each other, as empty minecarts lose momentum quickly. That will be 1 powered rail every 5 to 6 regular rails for level tracks, and 1 powered rail every other regular rail for upward slopes. You could space the powered rails much farther on flat tracks, but the minecarts will momentarily lose momentum and travel much slower overall. Activator rails are redstone powered rails which do 2 primary functions. It ejects riding players or mobs and primes TNT minecarts. Activator rails need to be powered by redstone to be active. This can be a redstone torch, a lever, or a block of redstone. This is useful for automatic minecart stations or for mob transports. The last type of rails are called detector rails. As the name suggests, it detects minecarts passing over and sends a redstone pulse. Detector rails can be paired with comparators, a smart redstone component, which can read inventories of certain blocks or entities. If the minecart positioned on the detector rail is either a chest minecart or a hopper minecart, a redstone comparator pointing away from the detector rail generates a power level that corresponds to the container's fullness. However, if the minecart is of any other type, the comparator produces an output of 0. Most of the time, you'll be using minecarts between 2 locations. To make a simple station, place a powered rail against a solid block with a button on top. Hop inside the minecart and press the button to power the rails to start the minecart rolling. You can do the same in the other end of your tracks. Stations can be automated, like this automatic minecart station, which automatically rolls the minecart once you're inside and also automatically dismounts you on arrival. But these are best learned with specific Minecraft tutorials. Regular rails on T-junctions can be switched by redstone power. For example, if we like this curved rail to face the opposite set of tracks, we can place a lever and flip the switch to change rail directions. Mastering the intricacies of minecarts and rails in Minecraft opens up a world of possibilities for efficient transportation and automation in your base. Whether you're creating efficient transportation systems, automated stations, or clever contraptions using TNT minecarts, the versatility of minecart mechanics adds depth to your gameplay. As you embark on your journey of redstone-powered rail networks, experiment with the diverse functionalities and configurations available. Also, I'd really appreciate it if you stay tuned for more insights into the vast realm of Minecraft engineering in a future Redstone episode. I'm XpenSage. See you in the next one.